Hey everybody, Boz here. This is going to be a quick little video because I've got a lot of people wanting to play on our Wasteland event this Saturday, March 9th. So people are confused about Arma 2, Operation Arrowhead, what you have to have. So first, let me just say you need Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead. Now, if you've bought Arma 2 Combined Operations off Steam or Amazon or directly from Bohemia, you've got what you need. If you're playing DayZ, you've got what you need. But what you're going to do is you're just going to run Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead, and you should come up to this screen. You should see pretty much just this icon, this icon. This is a different add-on. You may or may not have it. So you'll see Arma 2, Arrowhead, and of course you'll see an Arma 2 logo. If you see DayZ stuff or any other stuff here, those could prove problematic. Let me just show you what happens for some people. Some people have DayZ set up in their expansions. You can see all the different things I have. If any of these things are checked, you may have problems. You mainly just want to have Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead. You might have the Arma 2 Private Military Company, and you may have the Arma 2 British Armed Forces Light. But these things are okay to have checked, but you don't want to have anything else checked. If you're using DayZ Commander or Play with 6 to launch DayZ or other mods, they will activate these things for you. The main reason to have DayZ and things clicked here is when you go to this in-game Arma browser to find games, you can connect the DayZ servers directly through here. But I think most people use Play with 6 or my favorite DayZ Commander. So we'll cancel all that. So here's what you're going to do once you've got yourself set up. Go into your player profile and create a profile. This guy I have right now is called Darth Ball, cousin of Darth Ball. And I'm going to change that so when we do the event on Saturday, it's going to be Belboz. So you'll know who I am. So if I kill you or you kill me, you'll know. I do encourage you, if you're one of our fans or someone in the community, go with a name that you use on the forum or whatever, just so we know who you are. So anyway, let's assume that you've already got the expansions okay, your profiles are set. Go to multiplayer. Now, right up here at the top, this is the crew server. This is what you're going to be looking for. And it's going to say something like 404 Wasteland Churnerous. So it's got a password on it. So I won't be saying what the password is for you guys until the day of the event. The password I have right now, I'm not giving out. So I'm going to type that password in, and I'm going to block this. All right, so we're now joining the game. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is don't click OK here quickly. You're going to want to select you're going to want to select the red opposing force. That is the attackers. Crew will be playing blue force. Do not come in as blue force. Let me warn you about this, or independent. When you play this game, if you go in as blue force and you don't disconnect quickly, after a certain amount of time, it will lock you on blue force. Blue force is only the crew. So when you come in, make sure you click the opposing force. Then decide what you want to be. You can be the group leader. You can be a medic, a saboteur, an officer, a sniper, an AT specialist. So medics can basically heal people, so they're useful. I'm not really sure what the saboteur does. The sniper, I think, starts with a ghillie suit. You don't start with any like super elite weapons when you pick any of these classes. But you're going to want to probably have some medics and everything else. But just remember, when I tell you that you get locked in on one team, if you join independent or the blue force and you're locked, you are not going to be able to play except as any other player, and I will have to kick you. I can't go in, as far as I know, and change you so you're not associated with a team. So be very, very sure you've got this opposing force selected, and be very, very sure that you've got your class you want to be. So for me, I'm going to go blue force, and I'm going to go an AT specialist. AT specialist can repair vehicles. I'm going to hit OK, and you can kind of see our logo. This little page may change, But on the server, no foul language, no hacking, cheating, and other stuff that went away before I could even read it. All right, so when you get to this point, there's a few things you can hit. If you click towns and any of your teammates on the opposing force are in any towns that aren't occupied by other enemy forces, you can spawn on your teammates, and then it'll put you in a vicinity of your other teammates. If you have a beacon, which is an item that's really expensive, but if you buy the beacon, you can actually pick it, and it'll let you spawn them where your beacon is. Now, obviously, we have neither of those. If you click random, you spawn in some random location. All right, so you can see right now I'm on the Blue 4 team. We use the 404 Wasteland mod. It's the latest version as of when I set the server up. So we're in the game. We'll hit the M key to look at a map. And you can see we're right here in Polana. Now you'll notice the map does start to show you that there are vehicles nearby you. It might show you planes or helicopters too. So I believe that is the vehicle over there, the off-road. You can see, there's cars everywhere. You can hit the enter key on your numpad to change to third person and to change back. C will stand up, so you run. X will kind of crouch run, if you want to kind of keep your head down. And then Z will go prone. So if you're trying to sneak towards our base, you may want to be prone and crawling. Now I do recommend when you first start the game, look for a vehicle and check its inventory. And when you do that, like I showed you in the other video, go to the vehicle and scroll your mouse and look for gear. Don't do view vehicle content and think it's empty. I'll show you what happens when I do view vehicle content. Nothing. Because nothing's been loaded into the storage on this. But the gear is where like weapons and ammo and stuff are found. So we go to gear, and look at that. We got an AKM, some binoculars, and night vision goggles. So B is binoculars. N is night vision. It'll take a second for his eyes to adjust because of all the brightness. Not a great thing to use in the daytime. N will turn back off the night vision, and we'll put away the binoculars with B. So we'll get in this vehicle as the driver. Most of the vehicles you'll find in this game are functional. So let's go ahead, and I want to drive over to where that other vehicle was. You can hit WASD for driving. Your mouse can turn also. Same thing when it comes to flying vehicles. Ooh, look at this. It looks like some supply crate here. Alright, you don't have to do the engine off. As soon as you get out, it'll do it, but I did it by accident. So let's look at this crate. Ooh, look at this. I like my sniper rifles. Let's take that sniper rifle. Ooh, it's got a whole bunch of clips too. It's got some frag grenades, smoke grenades, mags for an M9. I have an M1911, but it's got some M9s, so let's get an M9. Now you've just seen a side objective that's popped up, and it's telling us that there's a recon vehicle has been spotted at the marker. Go get it for your team. Now you guys have to decide when you're playing against us if you want to try to go for these vehicles or these missions. Let's zoom out and we'll see if we can find where this is. So you can see it's down here. Now if you shift left click, that'll set you a waypoint to where this recon vehicle is. But we're way up here. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to look at this other vehicle here. This one will be a little bit better off-roading. Let's check the gear while we're at it. Okay, not a lot. M9 SD mag, so it's a silenced M9. So we'll switch over to that. So just so you see what this is. Let's go over here. So silenced pistol. Not bad to have if you want to be more quiet. Definitely in something like DayZ, that's really helpful. But still, if you want to sneak up on your opponents and kill them, maybe it'll mask where you're at. Let's switch over to our sniper rifle. Now, you see in the top right corner it says zeroing, and that's 300. So what that means is, let's say I want to shoot this military vehicle here. I don't know how far away that these vehicles are. You can see here it's given me a state that's saying it's 257 meters to that UAZ. So if I set, using page up and down, my zeroing to 100, what I'm saying is the center crosshair on this scope will hit at 100 meters. You notice how that cloud of smoke, when I shot at the top, like right at the window, it's hitting below that. Now if I adjust my zero, I can say, okay, the center of this dot is now 300 meters. Now this is about 250, but watch where it hits on the car now. So basically, if you know a target's 500 meters out, set the zeroing to 500. And then you'll hit the target dead center. If you have a sniper rifle that doesn't have zeroing, you've got to kind of adjust based off of distance. You can use the mil dots on some scopes, but that's more than information that we want to go into. So what I want to show you real quickly now is we're in Polana. We're up here, and the mission is way down here. So it's going to take me quite a bit of time to go there, even with a vehicle. So I'm going to pause the recording and get close to this location. So I'm at the mission here. You can see I'm over here. I broke my car up in this area, so I just huffed it on foot. I've got the marker set where the recon vehicle is supposed to be. When you have a marker set on your screen, you'll see the 364. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right at the top of my screen, top center. So the vehicle is about 364 meters that way. So let's go ahead and go here. Now, you have to decide when you're playing against us during your build-up phase if you want to go for some of these missions, because there are computer AI characters guarding them. And they're pretty darn good. If they see you, they can shoot pretty quick. They're not very smart. You know, they don't really take evasive action very well. If they're under fire, they'll drop to the ground. They'll move around, but they're not very smart. And I'm probably going to get shot here because I'm not really being too stealthy. But you can see the vehicle way down there. There it is. Now we have to see where our friends are. I don't see them just yet. They might be just over the crest of this hill. Let's go over this way. I'm going to probably get shot here. Ah, there they are. Alright, so that vehicle is around 235. And they look like they're another, maybe they're closer to 300, but let's not. Let's take a shot here at the guys in the cloaks carry rocket launchers. Let's go for him. always reload before you shoot. I didn't. All right, we've killed 3 of them. All right, we've killed 4. Now the question is that all of them? If there's anybody left down there and they see us, they will mow us down. Now these missions only last for a certain period of time, and if you don't get the enemies killed, and you have to kill all the enemies, and then get to the target within a certain amount of time, it will go away. Any enemies you kill will still stay on the ground with their weapons that you can pick up, but the vehicle itself, which is this SUV that's armored with a gun on top, will disappear. So we're going to go ahead and run down there, and let's hope that we killed everybody. So you can see a sniper rifle is very useful, but you have to be careful. I mean, there could still be one more guy here, but there isn't, because you can see the objective's complete. So I've just now picked up this vehicle. Now it's probably going to not have gas or some type of damage. And you can see it needs gas. I just happen to have a jerry can though. Alright, so I have a jerry can, so let's fill this up. To fill it up, go to your player menu, click on your fuel can and say use. Now you have to wait for it to happen, and this won't put a ton of fuel in it, but it'll put enough to get it going. We get in the vehicle, and you can see we don't have a lot of fuel, but we have a decent amount. So now I'm going to quickly show you how to fuel up, and you can buy jerry cans, but that's a slow way of doing things. I mean, we're here in Electro. There's a gas station right down here. Now you can drive in third person, or you can hit that enter key on the numpad and go first person. I find third person better, but I like first person when I'm driving through like the forest, because I think it's easier to dodge trees from this angle. But I'm going to go third person just so I can show you how this works. So to fuel up, all you have to do is pull up next to a pump, stop the car, and it automatically refuels. You can see my refuel gauge over in the top left is now solid green. Same thing for a helicopter. If you want to, you can land a helicopter right near a gas tank, which is kind of hard, or you can just hover directly above the roof of that gas station and it'll still fill it in. So, I mean, you can see how it works. I mean, you're going to get in, you're going to want to try to find a vehicle, find your weapons, and you might want to set up a base, you know, just as a base of operations, maybe spawn on that location if you can, if you die. If you have enough money, you could buy a beacon and spawn on your base when you die. But you know, those do cost quite a bit of money. But you can go to the traders and sell stuff. Now there is a general store here in Electro, so let's go ahead and go to that, and I'll cut through this to get to that. Alright, so we're coming up here on the supermarket. So when you get to a supermarket, you can see here is the store owner. He's not a real player, it's an NPC. Scroll your mouse wheel, select general store. So you can see, you know, I have $100. Water costs 30, canned food costs 30. Repair kits are 1,000. That will fix everything that's wrong with any vehicle. $400 for a med kit, that'll heal you to full health. Jerry can, full for 150. An empty one's 50. You start with two water, or two cans, I think, or 2 canned foods and 1 jerry can empty. Spawn beacon will cost you $3,000, and a camo net is like a tent, that big, huge tent that you can set up. So let's just, for the heck of it, let's buy some water and some canned food. So you can see I'm going to spend 60, hit buy. Now if I go to my player menu with the mouse, I have 2 cans, 2 water bottles, empty fuel cans. So you must start with 1 food, 1 water, and I just bought 1 of each. Want to use them? Click on it, and you'll use it, and you'll see that your appropriate item goes up. Now let's drink. So you can see our water is up to 80 at this point. Once this takes effect, we're up to 100. So we're in great shape now. We're fully fed and fully hungry. So let's go to the, on the map you can see we're at the general store. Over here in Prig, there's a gun dealer. So let's go there. Alright, so we're here in Prig. And we're going to run over to the dealer. Now this guy sells weapons. And he will buy back weapons too. So here he is. When you want to do something with him, gun store, scroll your mouse, select gun store. So you can see all the different weapons. We'll go all the way down here. Here's a sniper rifle with a night vision infrared scope. Thermal, basically, scope. 2,500. Quite expensive. You can also sell your current weapon, so whatever you currently have, if it's your pistol or your sniper rifles, you can say I have a sniper rifle. I'm going to go ahead and sell it. He just gave me $25 for that amazing sniper rifle. Kind of a ripoff. But you can basically select what you want. You can buy weapons. You can buy ammunition. So I've sold all of my guns. But you can basically buy anything you want. I mean, you can buy GPS. You can buy night vision goggles. And of course you can buy a rangefinder. Rangefinder is nice if you want to be able to look at something and know how far away it is, and then use your zero in on your scope. Now when you put stuff in you want to buy, I don't have the money for this. If you hit buy to crate, it goes over there inside that crate. If you hit buy to player, it goes in your inventory. If you don't have room in your inventory, you can buy to the crate and then transfer things. Or if you're buying something for somebody else that's with you, you can buy it, it'll put it in the crate and just tell them to take it. I recommend just saying buy to yourself, to player. That way if you're with somebody that you don't know and they see you buy some cool weapon, they could grab it from that crate before you do. So basically that's kind of the game in a nutshell. We're going to tell you where on the map we are. I mean, somewhere on this map, we're going to set up a base. And let's say our base is Blunt Rocks. What we would probably do is we would probably, on a screenshot of this map, we would circle like an area here and say, this is our protected zone. While you're setting up, gearing up and stuff, you need to stay out of these areas. And we'll try to make sure it's areas that don't have general stores or gun stores, I mean, even though they're all over the map. And then when your time is up for fortifying, then we'll say, okay, everything on the map's wide open. While you're gearing up, you can do these missions that pop up if you want. You don't have to. It's up to you. So it should be a lot of fun. The missions will go on while we're fighting each other. But, I mean, you can get some really good gear. You can get some vehicles. You can get crates of weapons. So the missions can be useful, but that's up to you. All right, before I go, I'm going to show you how to fly a helicopter. Now, I'm not the greatest pilot, but I can get around. So if you find a helicopter in game, scroll your mouse, get in its pilot. I'm going to switch to first person because it's a little quieter when you're inside. Once you're in it, hit Q. Make sure you scroll your mouse and that you've got the auto hover off. It'll say on, which means turn it on. So we're going to turn it on. So by selecting auto hover on, it's on. If you want to know if it's on, scroll your mouse, and if it says auto hover off, that means you've got it on, and that would turn it off. So with auto hover on, you can then hit Q once your propellers have gone up to speed, and you'll rise straight up in the air. So we're up in the air, ready for action. Once you've got the height, you want to turn auto hover off. Otherwise, if you try to, with auto hover on, you can't go forward very fast. So auto hover is now off. And off to the races we go. You can use your mouse to turn like that. You can use Q or W goes forward, S pulls back, Q will raise your height. You can see the altimeter continues to go up. Z will start to take you down. You can see now I'm holding Z, I'm heading down. So we're going to go into Cherno. I'm rendering a video right now, so it's a little laggy. And we're going to just crash. Let's go right into the apartment buildings. Oh no, we're going to hit the house. And